Welcome back to Sips of Cinema. Today we are going to be sipping on, I'm going to be sipping on tea. He's sipping on some Liquid Death, not sponsored.
Which is also tea.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh, wait, yeah. Is
you
that
can.
tea?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
tea.
okay.
It's blueberry buzzsaw,
Oh.
flavored tea with agave and vitamins.
Well, would you look at that?
Yeah.
Not sponsored by Pure Leaf or Liquid Death at all.
Should be. Hit us up.
Exactly.
This
Hit
is
us
like
up.
my favorite brand ever.
Yeah, he loves
period.
that stuff. He loves that
I'm
stuff.
obsessed.
But anyways, I'm your host, Cameron. This is my brother, Chandler, my co-host. And today we are going to be talking about Project Hail Mary. In our last video, you saw our little 50-second review of it. But we decided that we wanted to do a full episode talking about it because it is so good. Now, this is getting posted like a week after it's released, but I think it's still going to be, making its rounds and it's still going to be in its popularity stage. So yeah, this movie is peak. It is so good. We just did a video talking about peak movies, so this movie is going to show up in a later video when we do a segment on more peak movies, but it's so good. I rewatched it. I saw it yesterday with my fiance and I was so excited to take her because I knew she was going to love it, and she did. It's so good, but let me hear your thoughts.
I thought it was phenomenal.
Yep.
And I didn't even know this because we talked about it in the 15-second clip in the last episode, right at the end, when you were like, no green screen usage.
Yeah,
You saying that blew my mind.
I
was
know.
like, you mean that's insane.
No green screen.
That's wild.
I just did a video on TikTok that you can go check out. That is now a week old, but but I just finished recording a video talking about why this movie is so good. One, Rocky's a puppet, and he's being puppeteered. But one of the main things is that there is no green or blue screen in this film, and how they do it, I think it's called the film out process. So what they do is they put digital video or image files and put it on to film stock. So they overlay video files onto what they filmed. So they filmed that light sequence of the red lights of him in space. So they filmed Ryan Gosling on the sound stage with their whole entire set built, and then they overlaid certain lighting that they did.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So it's kind of like how they did practical with Oppenheimer, with how those the nuke or the sun, all of that was literally in camera and practical, and they did sand or something, and to make it the whole camera was shaking, so that was all real. And it's kind of how they did it with this one too, that everything was just in camera, and obviously they used huge light up screens to film in front of, and I think I feel like they probably had to use miniatures for some of the shots,
I'm sure
when they used when they did the huge space scenes of it flying through space. It's so incredible, and that is just that to me is just peak cinema. And I saw a video today of someone breaking down another movie, and this is no hate to movies that use blue screen or green screen, but the scene was of someone just sitting in front of this mansion, and they used a green screen to put the mansion behind them, and it's just I don't know, that's just so I know I'm comparing two different movies, but in my opinion, that to me, that level of green screen is silly to me.
That just seems redundant.
Exactly.
So I like green screen, blue screen. I like all that kind of stuff. But I think when it comes to its usage, it should be for things that are not practical.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like if a person, I don't even know the movie you're talking about, but the movie
I was talking about Ready or Not too. Or I think, or it was Ready or Not. It was the scene. Have you seen Ready or Not?
No, I haven't.
So there's this scene of her sitting. It's at the very end, and I think they were, because they had to refilm it for the second one that's just coming out. And she's sitting on the steps in front of this mansion, smoking a cigarette, and she tumbles over. And they were showing it, and behind her was this blue screen, and it was just the entrance to the mansion. It's just this mansion, and I get. You might not be able to get access to the on-site, but I feel like they would have been able to build it with a big budget. And or it's and I know there's time constraints, so it's they need to get this last shot, they need to use green screen, which is fine. And there's no hate, honestly, use green screen, that's fine. It's part of the filmmaking process in some cases, but I don't know. I think I was just talking about Project Hail Mary, and then I saw that post, and I was just man, Project Hail Mary is going to put a lot of movies to sleep.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because this movie came out so early, Like I think
I
that
don't
if
know.
well I know because Sinners
I mentioned that
also
I think it
performed
might
at the
get the Sinners
Oscars.
treatment, which
Yeah.
I hope it'll get better treatment because Sinners should have won Best Picture,
Hmm.
not one battle after another, and it didn't win. And but I think this is gonna have Sinners treatment, and it's gonna get the effects that Everything Everywhere All at Once had at the Oscars, where every like that movie took home all the big Oscars: best screenplay, best directors, best picture, all like best supporting actor, best actor. I think Ryan Gosling should win his first Oscar. I think
Hmm.
he's due, and people are after because I like I mentioned in the last video, I was just in LA for the Dune Part 3 trailer, and I was with my buddies, and they were like just giving their opinions on the next year's Oscars, and they think Timothy Chalamet is going to win his first Oscar for playing Paul Atreides in Dune Part 3. And
Really?
they think that Dune Part 3, and I agree, I think it's going to get the Lord of the Rings treatment, in
Mm.
which I know that all the other ones got a ton of nominations too, but then that Return of the King is the one that won Best Picture. It won all the big awards.
Yeah.
So I think that and Denis Villeneuve deserves to get that to get those awards too, but it sucks that so many good movies come out in the same year because then they're going up against each other and it's just not fair. It's just
Yeah.
not fair. But I hope that this movie gets the treatment. But sorry, I cut you off because
No.
you were saying about how it coming out too early.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just I was gonna say the same thing about what you said with Sinners. It's like
Mhm.
there is a chance, but there's also an equal chance that it gets like lost
Yes,
because so
for
many
sure,
other movies get released.
for
So
sure.
I just really hope that like how Sinners stuck around in everybody's
Hmm.
mind before the Oscars. I really hope that it's the same thing for Hail Mary because I know that it's only March
Yeah,
and it's like March of 2026 and we have like 9 more months of this of movies coming out,
yeah.
but I genuinely think that this is the movie.
Oh, I think it is too.
And that opinion might change when more movies come
And
out,
there's so
but
many the
it's
movies coming
so
out this year though,
yeah.
because there's this Dune Part 3, The Odyssey. I'm trying. I think. Well, I could say Avengers Doomsday, but they're not in the same
Yeah.
bracket. Like it'll be great visually, but they're just not in the same bracket as far as like what they do with their like technology and obviously I feel like the Odyssey. Something's gonna happen with the Odyssey. I think it's gonna be great, but I think it's gonna disappoint people for some reason. I feel like
Well, I mean, there's always going to be that group of people that get disappointed by something just for the sake of finding something to be disappointed with.
exactly.
So there will always be a
But
group of
there's
people.
just so many of those like there's like that is the movie that's coming out this year. There's so many. Like I feel like next year's best picture lineup is going to be absolutely insane because
Yeah.
I think Project Hail Mary will stick around because of the people's reactions to it have just been it's in the top 100 on Letterboxd. It's 4.4 out of 5, which is just it'll go down. Cuz so was Everything Ever All at Once. It was at like 4.6 for a long time and I think now it's at like 4.2 or 3.
Which is still
So,
amazing.
which is amazing. It
Yeah.
is, and it's still up there. But I think it's so crazy what. So Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, they directed this. They also directed, and I didn't know this, but they directed 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Really?
Yeah, the Lego movie, the first like
Yeah.
the big Lego movie. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And for the longest time, for some reason, I thought they directed Into the Spider-Verse,
Okay.
but they didn't direct it. They produced those movies. So they
Okay.
produced Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and they're doing Beyond the Spider-Verse. So just what they have done with in the animation world and just like cinema period is just insane because Greg Fraser is the cinematographer on Project Hail Mary who won best cinematography for Dune. And he was supposed to do Dune Part 3. But now Dune Part 3 has his name is Linus. I forget his last name, but he shot La La Land, so he's doing Dune Part 3, and Greg Fraser is doing the Beatles movies that are coming out. The Beatles are getting each so like Ringo, Paul,
they're each getting
George,
their
they're each
own?
getting their own movie.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
so
knew they
they're
were
getting
making a Beatles movie. I
yeah,
didn't
so
know about
four
that.
they're getting 4 biopics, one for each, and people are speculating that each movie is going to be following the same story just from the perspective of each of the Beatles. That's just what people think because
Start bringing it right back into Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I loved how when he sent back the samples,
Mhm.
he labeled each of the drones as The Beatles.
Oh my gosh. That is so full circle. I
It
didn't
was
even think
so
about
cool,
that.
yeah.
And I noticed that in the movie, but I didn't make the connection. So yeah, that's really cool. But oh man, this movie. We have to talk more about the movie and
Yeah.
not just because one, I'm very happy that it's making it. It's already made 77 million.
Great.
So that is just like because on a $250 million budget, just it's just so incredible. So I'm so happy it's making the money. So it kind of already is having that Sinners effect because Sinners was an R-rated movie, so
Yes.
harder to make money, and it made money. I think it made like 390 million. It's one of the top 10 highest grossing R-rated films of all time.
Hell
So
yeah.
it's having the same effect where it's making a lot of money and the audience is loving it because people. So this is so Andy Ware. Oh man, I think that's his
I think
name.
it's I think it was Andy Weir.
Yeah, Andy Weir or something. He's the
Near or
author of
something
the
like
book.
that.
He also wrote The Martian.
Mhm.
You remember The Martian?
Yeah, yeah.
So what's so funny is with this movie, I was like, man, it's like kind of reminds me of The Martian, and then it's like, oh, from the author, and
Of The
apparently it's
Martian?
the same writer. So the screenwriter on this one also wrote The Martian movie, which is a great movie.
Mhm.
And apparently he's working on another book, and people are like, "Oh, I hope follows a funny astronaut." And people are like, "Get better." But anyways, this movie is so special. It's so good. It
Yeah.
is so good. It's 2.5 hours long, and it goes by
It did not feel like it.
so quickly.
It literally did not feel like it.
It goes
was
by
crazy.
so quickly. I love Ryan Gosling. I think he just does so good in all of his roles.
I had no idea that he liked Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I love Ryan Gosling.
If you don't know, watch the last episode.
Mhm.
Actually, I mean, well, yeah, you should watch it so you can watch it.
I
but
think I reference him in every episode.
you can just see the thumbnail. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, is him going.
Yeah. But this movie is so special. How it goes about being, because I know that why Andy Weir writes his stories. He has said that he writes his.
I'm gonna look it up just to be
Yeah,
sure.
I'm
pretty
think
sure
it's.
it's
I
Weir.
think it's that. It's like Weir or something. But he writes his.
It is. It's Weir.
It is okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Andy Weir. He writes his stories that are that are take place in a very like crazy situation. So obviously this movie is about and careful for spoilers. We're not going to try and spoil it too much like the very end or anything, but we might just like, you know.
Sorry about the Beatles reference, but
Yeah.
it doesn't spoil anything about the movie.
Yeah, no. But anyways, he puts like these characters into big situations. So like The Martian, it was someone stranded on Mars and trying to survive. But throughout the movie, it's like making light of it, just like the idea of life and what you can do with your resources. And this movie, it's literally about saving the sun. And I love how the movie kind of we have that like that main idea of that he's in space to save the world, to save their son. But really, the movie is distracted and it becomes more of this like friendship story. So it's like
Mhm.
hidden. And that this big idea of that if he doesn't do this and he's going to space without without coming back, like he's not going back, like that's why they sent him up. He's gonna save the sun, and then he has to risk his life for the whole entire world. And the rest of this movie is just about having this great relationship with this alien that he comes across, and it's so good. I love how they don't like a lot of the movie is about like the science behind trying to save the sun, but then the second half of the movie is really just this not a love story, like not in a weird way, but it's really just like it's a
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
It's about friendship.
and Ryan Gosling, he just has such good chemistry with so many. I love him having chemistry with
He's
his
so
characters on
good that
screen.
he can have chemistry with a rock.
Exactly.
Literally.
It's nuts. And
Which also I heard, I don't know what interview or whatever it was in, or if it was even an interview at all, and he just said it, but Ryan Gosling, I believe, even said that like while recording, he would forget that it was a puppet because it was like so
Yeah.
masterfully done.
Yep. And something about that is that so James Ortiz, the puppeteer of Rocky, while they were filming the scenes, Ryan Gosling obviously had to have like a speaking partner to read his lines and to perform his lines. So James Ortiz would speak his lines to him, and then when they were trying to figure out who they wanted to voice Rocky, Ryan Gosling was like, "Well, I've actually kind of have been having this good thing with the puppeteer," So like, just cast him, just make him the voice actor. So they made the puppeteer the voice actor for Rocky.
That's really cool.
So that's really cool. Just, yeah, it doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to find some crazy popular, like, whatever, Danny DeVito. Like, you don't have to get some crazy popular person.
Now I'm thinking about that. Could you imagine if Rocky was played by Danny DeVito? That was so funny.
I think it adds so much, just like, I don't know, nuance to it, and just originality. I think he gave Rocky's voice just this, I don't know. It's so good. I love Rocky throughout this movie.
Plus,
so
even
good.
like that way, it also shows like the true chemistry that he had. Like, so not only just the chemistry that he developed on screen for the character, but also the fact that Ryan Gosling had chemistry with the puppeteer.
Exactly.
And then they just kept that in, and it's a true testament to the chemistry that they had on set.
It's so good. It's just so good. I think that, like, see, that's just like, I've made comments on it before. I think I've even made comments on it, I think in our AI video, talking about how like these big companies put so much money into films, yet they don't do anything original. Like Fast and Furious. This movie costs like, I think the Fast 10 costs like $370 million. And it's just this CGI slop fest of just the most, excuse me, I'm getting off of a sore throat. But just, they put so much money into these movies and they don't take any time to actually make it interesting. It's just always so flat and dull. The most just like in that movie, the Fast 10 movie, there's a scene with Brie Larson and I forget who the other person is that she was with. I think it was John Cena's character or something. And they're in this like Professor Xavier's what's that called? His like dome where he has the I love X-Men. I don't know why I'm his
Cerebrum?
Cerebro. Correct. I know it's right. I know that's right. Cerebro. That's the helmet. Yeah, but his like his dome.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. It was they were just standing on this platform with like these holographic computer screens with darkness. It's just like, what? Like, that is so unoriginal and boring. It's awful. And that is $370 million. And this movie, $250 million. They 3D print a puppet and hire a puppeteer to make it real. And they build an entire spaceship so that Ryan Gosling can literally be floating around. They decide, yeah, we're actually not going to use green screen. We're going to try a whole new process of like doing what they did back in like the 30s of just overlaying film to create like certain situations with lighting and with
those visuals are
nuts.
Perfection.
It needs to see like cinematography, like Greg Fraser needs, it's going to be a rough year for cinematography. It is going to be a rough year. Because I think that Dune Part 3 is going to be a lock for cinematography. The Odyssey is going to be a lock, and I think this should be a lock, and it should win. I mean, just how, not even that it's visually stunning, just how they were able to do it just is so crazy to me. How they were able to get those scenes so perfect, and just, I don't get it. It's so cool to me how they were able to do it. But yeah, I think that if these companies are going to give that much money to people to make a movie, they really need to they need to have confidence, and they need to know who they're actually giving their money to, because Phil Lord and Christopher Miller have proved time and time again that they are able to craft something unique and different, and something that will bring an audience to the theaters. Like our theater, because we got an early screener, obviously it was full because they are finding people to go to those screenings. But I went to one yesterday, just a casual screening at our Imagine Theater, which is I'm pretty sure it's a Michigan-based theater.
Yeah, it started in Michigan. They might have branched out outside of Michigan,
but my theater was full. It was full of people. It was like I was at a Marvel midnight release. Like, seriously, it was full. I was so excited. I was literally so excited to see that many people in a theater for a movie that's not Marvel movie.
Yeah.
But they did do amazing marketing for this film. I mean, obviously Ryan Gosling is like, everyone loves Ryan Gosling. People are going to go see the theater for that. They love the book, which I'm going to read.
I was actually going to say this is the first time I think I've actually been inspired by a movie to read the book.
Like, I like reading books, but it takes a lot for a movie to inspire me to. Usually I'm just like, meh. seen the
Yeah.
movie, but now I'm like, I want to know like what is like similar, what because apparently it's almost people are saying that it's almost exactly how they envisioned it. So
Well, that's great.
they obviously knew what they were doing. And also, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, apparently, you remember that Solo movie, the Han
No.
Solo?
Oh yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Apparently they were originally attached and they started making their Han Solo movie and Disney fired them for creative differences. And then
Oh
we
my
got that
God.
shit Solo movie. No offense, Disney, I love you, but didn't like that movie.
Yeah.
But like apparently they fired them. And then they lost interest in making a live action film, so that's why they went on to make oh well the Lego movie came out first, but that's why they went on to make like the Spider-Verse movies and decided to do that. And then
Imagine
they
what that
then
movie could have been.
Sony and Amazon they reached out to them about coming on to well actually should fact check. Is this Sony? Was I don't think this was Sony.
Which one?
Project Hail Mary.
I
Was
don't.
it Sony?
I don't believe so.
I don't. Maybe it wasn't because
I
I
don't
think I'm
think
only
I
saying that
saw it.
because Spider-Man is Sony. But anyways, they were. I think it is Amazon. It is an Amazon Studios film. I do know that because
Yeah, and I didn't realize that too. That
Yeah.
that MGM is like I don't know
Mhm.
how I forgot about that, but MGM is now an Amazon.
yeah, Amazon
company.
bought MGM. Oh yeah, duh. It's MGM. It's an MGM movie. What am I saying? I'm overlapping Spider-Man. I'm overlapping Spider-Man because that is a Sony property.
Yeah.
But anyways, so like MGM and Amazon, they decided that they were gonna give him this money to do this movie, and like I just wish they did more of that. Just I understand all directors have to start somewhere, but just really do your research first before like starting a huge project. Like get
Yeah.
people that genuinely care about the source material and are like visionary because we just need more of that. I'm sorry, we do. And and there is a lot of that within new directors. There is actually, I'd probably say there's more of that in new directors than there are in current directors that direct a lot of stuff. But I just think that you need to take a couple more. You need to take a couple bigger swings and do stuff like this because Project Hail Mary is truly something special. And something that I wanted to talk about was, well, one, it's an emotional movie. I think that it definitely
It hits every nerve.
It does
for me.
It's
Because it was
yep.
hilarious.
Yep.
It was heartfelt. It was sad.
Mm-hmm.
It was it just
And it's
and
like
talking about full circle when I brought it back with the whole Beatles thing.
Yeah.
Like even the movie itself, without spoiling anything, is like a huge full circle
It is.
moment.
It is.
Like,
It's
and
a great movie.
Awesome.
It's awesome. It's a great movie, and I think that it is sad. And I was catching myself crying a couple bit, but it's not like it's not heartbreaking. Like it doesn't decide that we need to have a scene in this movie that's like genuinely gonna break people's hearts. Like there are a couple scenes that get you, like honestly, even the just tender moments, like
Mhm.
just scenes where Ryan Gosling was just hugging, or I'll say Ryland Grace because that's his same initials, RG. Ryland and Grace were like hugging Rocky, like just those scenes of just like this dude has just created this amazing bond with this creature that is just amazing. And while I was rewatching this, so Sandra Huller, the actress who plays the person that finds Ryland to be a part of this mission, great actress by the way. She was in Anatomy of a Fall. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes. Okay. I was
Yeah.
trying to think about what other movie I saw her in.
Yep. So great
Yeah.
actress. And when I was watching it the first time, I was like not liking her vibe, and I wasn't like I didn't know if it was the performance or if it was the character. But then on my rewatch, I started to understand her character on a deeper level because like when you start thinking about it, her character is there specifically to be the person that is basically making people go into space to not come back home.
Yeah.
And I think her performance being that like she could go into space, she could sacrifice herself, but she knows that she doesn't know the right material to be able to save the world. And so she is basically like her attitude, like her very monotone, just like, like just like not really not that she doesn't care, but that she just like she can't really say anything else. She needs to be able to like sorry, I'm kind of chilly. That's why I'm like My body's kind of shaking a little bit. I'm like a little chilly.
Side tangent, just for a quick second. Michigan, get your shit together. I'm
Mhm.
so tired of this weather.
I know, it's
It was
bad.
70 degrees yesterday.
It's bad.
And now it's like what, 20 degrees
Yeah,
today?
I know.
It needs to snap out
It's
of it.
so bad.
Snap out
I'm
of
just like, I'm
Please.
like shivering over here.
Well, I mean, you're
yeah.
also like fighting off a cold, so
yeah,
that
true.
might be part of
That's
it
true.
as to why.
But I'm
yeah,
also
Michigan.
getting deep in thought, which makes me shiver. But anyways, Sandra Huller, her performance in this film, it's designed specifically to be someone that is forced almost against her own will of being like that she has to put people in space. And there's even a line in this movie where Ryland asks her, like, do you like, is it must be hard to like, tell people that you like basically putting them to death, that like you need to tell them that you're going to space to save the world, but you're going to die. And she says, actually, it's not. And I don't think that was a line to make her seem like a jerk
cold
or
or
anything. It
anything.
was just basically like, because honestly, I think it is easy because it's just kind of like you need to do it. Like you just need to tell these people that this is what you decided to do with your life. You put all of your like thoughts and you did all the studying. You know what to do. And I just have to be the one to tell you that you have to save the world, because if you don't, the whole world's gonna die.
She's thinking about it from a much grander perspective.
Exactly,
Where
exactly.
it's not like it's not personal. It's
Mm-mm.
business.
Mm-hmm.
The world will die if you don't go.
Exactly.
So it is really easy for me to tell you that because it is based off of facts.
Yep, exactly.
Either you go and we try to fix this,
Mm-hmm.
or you don't go and we're all dead.
Yep.
Type thing.
And
So,
spoiler. So just in case, I mean, if you're deep into this video and you haven't seen it yet, you're silly. But anyways,
you're silly.
You're silly.
You're silly.
But the scene is they didn't take no for an answer. They put him into space by putting him into an induced coma. But
he wasn't even supposed to go up at first.
Yeah, exactly. And then the person died
yeah.
because they used too much of the astrophage. Yeah, astrophage.
Such a dope name.
I know,
because
astrophage.
it literally translates to star killer. In the movie, that's like what they said.
Right. Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool.
So cool.
But and it's because a lot of movies will do that where it's like they make someone do something and then they become the villain. But honestly, they're just the government and they're just like doing their job and forcing it. So I never really saw Sandra Huller's character as like a villain, like the villain. There was no villain of this movie. Just that,
well,
he had to,
the astrophage.
Well, the astrophage, yes, that was the villain. As far as like a antagonist, there wasn't like an antagonist.
Yeah.
But I think it was so good. Also, her scene of singing Sign of the Times.
Yes.
Oh man, it was so good. It like what a perfect song.
Yeah.
It almost as if this movie was written specifically because that song exists. Just like it lines up so perfectly with the film's message, and just I don't know. It was so good because she genuinely like cares and like is upset that that's her job and has to do it. So that was her final like goodbye. And actually she picked that song. They asked her to pick a song to sing at karaoke.
Mm-hmm.
And she picked that one because it was just like, that's her goodbye song. It just, it felt right and whatever. So she picked that song to sing. And it was such a good sing. It was such a good scene.
That was very good.
But yeah, so what are some more thoughts? I know we have a lot of thoughts on this film.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I don't know if you guys heard that. My phone actually, I'm going to turn it on Do Not Disturb.
You're fine.
My phone, my text tone is very rapid and annoying. It goes,
you're good.
Anyways, I want to rewatch this movie, and it takes a lot for me to say that, because I think we talked about it in the last episode how like you miss a lot of things if you don't rewatch it, and then you start to appreciate movies more. You start to appreciate movies more, and I think I am slowly, because of this podcast, becoming a rewatcher.
Exactly,
because I have the desire to see it again.
And I definitely recommend it. I loved it even more. Mm-hmm. Like I gave it a 5 out of 5 on our first watch, but then on that second watch, I was just like,
I could just 6.
Yeah, I could just enjoy it. And by the way, it still went by so quick, even though I've seen it. It's not like I was just like anticipating the next scene, which kind of makes a film longer when you're waiting for the next scene. I was just so entranced in every single ounce of this film. And it's so crazy.
Yeah.
How it's 2.5 hours and it just goes by in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. And like
Dude,
And that's so impressive too, to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It's impressive. Pacing is a hard thing to do. And the fact that they mastered it, they've done it with every single one of their films. Just pacing wise is so perfect. But go ahead. You were about to say something.
What I was gonna say also is kind of a spoiler, so then I was gonna stop myself.
Oh,
from
okay.
saying
Go ahead.
because I feel
We've
like
already
it would have
gotten
been
some
too much.
spoilers.
So, nearing the end of the movie, I very quickly felt like a dumbass and then corrected my own thoughts because when they were transitioning between showing Grace on the ship and her on Earth,
Oh, right.
and like the time difference, and I was like, man, does time go by slower in space? And then I realized I'm like, no,
Nope.
she's just like 11 years in the future.
Yeah, I
because she
know.
had to wait for all the stuff to
Yeah.
get to Earth.
And I like
you
how-
dumbass.
And I like
I
how
think they aged her well too.
they did.
In
She
terms
didn't
of
look
like how much
old.
time
She
elapsed.
kind of just looked like
Tired.
Yeah, because that's just literally
Yeah.
her job. Is just she just looked just a little bit more wrinkly, but they did do a good job aging her. And I like how they subtly referenced to how the Earth started to get cool because they were boating through ice, and when they opened up the the big door at their government site, there was like snow blowing in just because the Earth has dropped
15 degrees.
15
or whatever it
degrees.
is.
which in my head doesn't sound like a lot, but that has to be a lot, right?
I mean, imagine our weather.
Is that
right
15
now
degrees
goes
Celsius or 15 degrees
less.
Fahrenheit?
Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if it would be Celsius or Fahrenheit, but just think about it in any kind of situation. Imagine we walk out and it's immediately 15 degrees
That's
cooler.
true. That's
Like,
true.
It'd be and it's always like that. Like,
Yeah.
everything that we feel
That's true.
would be drastically cooler.
And it would just only get more and more cold.
Yeah,
like
it would just
over
progress that
time.
way,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it is a peak film. It's so good. And I'm trying, because you mentioned that you wanted to rewatch it. I am trying. I think I have some contacts over at IMAX. I
Okay.
want to get it. I want to see this in 70 millimeter so bad.
would be
I
amazing.
want to see it in 70
That would
millimeter,
be
like
amazing.
so freaking bad. Like we saw it in IMAX, which is very similar, but just with that 70 millimeter film, you just get the graininess and the just this is like a perfect movie to see in 70 millimeter. And I'm so jealous that I did it, because a lot of my friends got to, because I got to see One Battle After Another in 70 millimeter at the IMAX headquarters, which is where they would do that too.
Mhm.
But I mean, if I could literally just like message them up and be like, I want to see this in 70 millimeter, like, can I get a screening? And I would just have to fly myself out there, and I'm pretty sure they would let us in there to get a screening of it. So I'm just
really
trying
cool.
to. I'm just trying to. I'm
Yeah.
really trying to, because I got to see this again. It's a special movie. It's a special film.
It
I
is,
mean, it's
for sure.
It's
like every part about it.
yeah, it's so good. And it's one of those ones where it was like an instant, just like, this movie is so good. Like,
Mhm.
not even one that I had to think about it for a week. Just one that was just like, man, it's just
I
so
knew it.
good.
I knew it like 10 minutes into the
Mhm.
movie. We were 10 minutes in. I was like,
Yep.
all right, we're going to be talking about this movie when Oscars comes around next
Yes,
year. Like,
I'm
it's gonna
so
happen.
happy. I am going to do anything I can to get people to just like really appreciate. I think people are appreciating it. I don't even have to do anything. People are already appreciating it. Like,
Yeah.
I just mean, like, as far as keeping people's mind on it for the next year, because Sinners came out in April.
Yeah.
So they did come
about
around the same time.
Just,
So
a month.
I think it was like
longer.
April 9th or something that
Yeah, it was
Sinners
around
came
then.
out. It was around the beginning. And I remember when I was in LA for a TikTok event, and I was talking to my friend Juju Straw Hat, and he had seen Sinners, and because he saw it like a week prior, and I had meant to see it, but then I went to LA, so it canceled my screening. Excuse me. So he had seen it, and a lot of my friends had seen it, and we started talking about it, and I was like, I'm really excited for it. I love Ryan Coogler. I love Michael B. Jordan, and I know it's going to be a great film, and I know that you are already saying that it's great. But to me, and I don't want this to come off wrong, but it kind of seems like one of those films that it's coming out this early, and Ryan Coogler, as far as his filmography, they're always great, but they don't seem to get the attention that they deserve as far as award season go.
Yeah.
And he agreed. He was like, you know what? That's a good question, because it's like, and that's what I'm kind of worried about. And then it ended up getting 16 nominations. So, anything's possible. And, sometimes the Academy does get it right. And I think that this year or next year, I think Project Hail Mary will be the Oscar film of that year. And I think that it's going to be an upset year. It really is, because people are going to want to see The Odyssey win. But Christopher Nolan just got his Oscars, and I think that again, I am really excited for the Odyssey. We obviously do have a 70 millimeter showing that we're going to. I think
can't
that
wait.
I know
can't
it's already
wait.
time is flying by. It's already been I think like 6 months since we got those tickets because I think it comes out in July.
That's
So
that's so soon.
I know.
That's so soon. Oh
So
my
we
gosh.
do get to see it in a bit. So I'm very excited for it, but I do think it's going to be one of those films that is either like going to be a disappointment to a lot of people or like an absolute triumphant masterpiece, which I'm hoping that it's going to be that one. Like that route.
The latter.
Yeah. But I don't know. Next year at the Oscars is going to be really, really rough. Maybe we can do like, I don't know. Maybe we can do an episode like on predicting what the Oscars is going to look like next year, like Best Picture,
Yeah.
like what Best Picture could look like. Because a lot of people are already predicting that Ryan Gosling is going to be nominated for an Oscar, and I think he should. I think he should win. He is so good in this film. I can't believe he is able to create such good chemistry with just like it's first a sex doll, and then it's an AI Ana de Armas, and then it's a rock. It's like, how does he do it? How does he do it? I don't get it. I don't understand how he is so good at being able to do it. It's just it blows my mind, and it just like this movie understands like humanity to like on a very certain level. Like the scene where he's like doing like a final goodbye to the other two crew people. It's just like really like so emotional, just so good, and how he's able to just capture that so well. I don't know. It's just this movie is so good. It is so good, and I do recommend seeing it again. I think you will appreciate it even more seeing it again.
Yeah, I probably will.
Mhm.
I just got to find the right time to do it. But I very much so look forward
It
to
is
seeing it again.
great.
And for those of you that would know me beyond just like the podcast, you guys know that I don't read. And if this movie is making me want to read the
Yeah.
original source material, guys, go see it.
Yeah.
Like what we said at the end of the last episode, go see it on the biggest screen you can possibly
Oh,
see
yeah.
it on. It is
Nothing less. You need to see this in theaters.
It is so good.
You just will not get the same experience once it's at home for you to watch. I think that it's just like it is like I was in the theater yesterday watching it, and I was closer to the screen, and it was just like during the astrophage like red light scene, I was just like, oh my god.
I want that scene as like an animated wallpaper on my computer. Like
I'm sure you can do that.
Like the
easily.
wallpaper engine
Yeah.
app that you can get. That would be perfect. I love that scene so much. I don't know if you might have just been immersed in the movie just like I was, but I caught myself in the middle of that scene and my jaw was like literally open.
Yep.
I was like,
it's always great when you catch yourself doing that because you're like, oh shit, it's like I'm actually doing the stereotype.
Yeah, it was just gorgeous.
It's so good. It's literally just it's so good. And like it makes it better that there's
that's
no
just
green
gonna be the
screen.
title of this episode. It's so good.
But also the fact that there is no green screen and no blue screen. Just throughout this movie, I was watching it and just like I didn't have that thought of just like, oh, okay, they did that green screen. Now that I know that they didn't do that, I'm watching this. I'm just like, how did they do that?
So
how did they accomplish that?
When you said that they like built him the spaceship and everything, do you mean that like they actually filmed it in like a 0G simulator? Or they had him like strung up by cables when he was flying
so he had like a
harness.
titanium loop around him, and well, I don't know if it was titanium. My guess is that it probably was a titanium metal, a really strong metal,
and it would have to be lightweight. So.
Yeah, and he had that around him, and he was hooked up to cables, so it was kind of like a simulator where he could like move around, and they had people on pulleys, like stretching him certain ways.
Could you imagine if we get to the point where like for practical effects they do just start making like 0G simulators that like actual astronauts use to get used to zero gravity?
I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that it would just be really hard to film like that. I would say the only way that they could be able to do something like that is for certain scenes where they rig cameras up
in like a fixed position
into a fixed position and it like literally build the cameras into the set so that there's like no chance of like shaking, so that everything is super stationary, and then they can like turn the machine on to make it simulated. and then they're actually floating. That's the only way I think they could be able to like accomplish that, which I am sure that they will. I am
Eventually,
sure that they will.
I mean, we're constantly like evolving in the
I think
ways that we do things.
the only way that I think that that would just be almost impossible to do is that, you know, you obviously can't have director on the set. Realistically, you couldn't have the director on the set, and you would have to. It would take a lot of additional training, which
you probably could. I mean,
do that.
like you could like. There's already like live monitor feeds of cameras that you can see from a distance, and they could just like install an overhead speaker system in the simulator.
That's true.
So like, I mean, technology now, and I kind of talked about this with you, just like not. I don't think it was on camera or whatever because it wasn't related to movies, but like the new Bluetooth 5.0, like with Bluetooth having their whole Aura Sync thing, like the director could be like miles away talking into a system and have it connected to the Bluetooth and like within real time just have it happen. So I mean, eventually I'm sure we'll get to the point where they start doing that, but I can't wait for the day for there to be a movie where they're like, this was filmed in an actual like anti-gravity simulation chamber.
That would be
that's
really
one of
cool.
the huge selling points or whatever. That'd be so sick.
I gotta get a Kleenex. But anyways, I mean, just the way that they were able to capture such gravity in this film is just so mind-boggling. I love when filmmakers make films. Like they do something different. They just like throw something at the wall and see what sticks, or know what's gonna stick, and they like are just confident with it. Like I'm trying to like this. It's almost like we just went back to the 50s or like to the 60s. I'm thinking of like oh my gosh, oh my gosh, why am I blanking?
He left his brain cells in this
issue.
I
know. Oh my gosh. 2001 Space Odyssey, right? Is that what it's called?
I think so. A Space Odyssey.
I think it's called A Space Odyssey. 2001. Like just practical. Everything's real. Everything's in camera. This will be like a film that people are going to look back on in years to come.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're gonna study it. They're gonna, for sure. Like it's so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. It's so impressive, and I hope that it gets the recognition that it deserves come award season, because it's like, I don't know, it's so good. It's so good. I don't know how many times I can say it, but it's so good. I love this movie so much.
It's so good. Start a tracker, like a little counter that pops up every time we say it.
It's so good. No, you're good. No, you don't have to.
I'm not doing it.
But I mean, what more is there to say about this film besides that it's just a masterpiece? I mean, go see it, and obviously see it on the biggest screen possible. You will regret it. It's going to become your favorite film, because I'm telling you right now, it's happened to me with Blade Runner 2049. It's going to become one of your favorite films in 6 years, and you're going to regret not seeing it on the biggest screen possible. So go see it in theaters. So in 6 years, you can thank me, because it's going to become one of your favorite films of all time. I'm taking credit for that, by the way. But yeah. I mean, I think we can probably end the video there.
Yeah, we probably could. I mean, to be fair, we were talking about how we're going to talk about the movie for like the entire episode of the podcast, and I'm used to the format of us talking about a movie for 5 minutes and then moving on to the next thing. So I was worried that we wouldn't have had like a full episode's worth to talk about, and it is going to be like slightly shorter. It'll be a little bit shorter than the typical episode. But
I mean, no, if you if you want us to like do movie reviews, you'll probably see movie reviews about a week after the movie comes out, but just let us know if you like,
if you guys like this format,
if you like just a movie review episode where we talk about the movie, because when it comes to a really good movie, I can talk less about it, but when it comes to a bad movie, I have I can roast that shit for so long. Like I like usually my letterbox reviews, when it's a masterpiece, I just write something funny or like something very short. But when it's bad, I'm just like, this is just such a disappointment.
Turns into Karen on Yelp reviews.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, yeah. But
I mean, the thing is too, I feel like we could talk more, but I also don't want to get too much into like territories or spoilers.
Exactly, and I don't want to like, you know,
because like I mean, I could there are so many scenes that I could just continue to go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole and talk about them, and we can make the episode 30 minutes longer.
Agreed.
But I also feel like, even though the movie's been out for a week at the point of them seeing this or the point of this video being posted, I think that's still too soon to like spoil it for everybody or talk about every single ounce of the movie. So when we do inevitably have another peak episode, we can talk about this for a while. We can talk about this for a while.
Yes, I agree.
I think it's fine to have a shorter episode every
I think so too.
It's not going to.
I think so too.
Besides, it's not even going to be that much shorter. I mean, it's like
about
maybe
like
40 minutes,
45 minutes. Yeah, around 40 minutes after editing. But yeah, I mean, definitely go see Project Hail Mary in theaters, please. I mean, it is just it deserves it. And it needs just give Phil Lord and Christopher Miller another chance of making another masterpiece because they definitely know what they're doing.
Agreed.
But yeah, so that'll bring it to the end of this episode. Thank you for sticking around. But we're gonna put a cork in it for now. See you next week.
Bye.